boy. This is my bug out. And I'll have the sound of these trees with me all night. Wow, kind of hard to believe I'm here. It's November 14th. Nice and sunny, warm right now. And I decided to bug out for an overnighter just to kind of check out a different area close to home. This is really close to what's called Kelly Canyon Snow Park, just above the Snake River. That was the first film, and I'm kind of up the canyon on top of it in this forest, which is really nice with all these tall trees. I'm gonna set my tent right here, kind of experimenting with some gear. Here's the first bit of gear, is this new Gore-Tex Air Force suit, pants and jacket. The jacket is just bulletproof, bomb-proof, beautiful, comfortable ride, nice and warm. Nothing was coming through. A little bit of an issue down here that could be remedied with some thicker pants underneath. It's just like the cold was creeping in a little bit. Purchase price for this set was $110. Just beautiful pockets everywhere. There's my camera, pocket camera down here. Yeah, so I'm gonna set up right now. I was wearing my quilted thermal layers underneath. One thing also is that the sizing for the jacket and the pants is extra large, and I'm usually just a large size, but I purchased the larger size so I could have layers underneath. You know, mostly it's for the cold ride on the motorcycle, inclement weather, maybe rain. In 2 days it's gonna snow here. I'm not gonna be here for that, but you know, also they'd be great to wear at camp in the cold, inclement weather. It would be, you know, guaranteed dryness. The one thing about the pants, and I'm kind of stoked about, is that they have belt loops, and I did wear my belt around the outside of those pants to help keep them up. Here's something you don't see when buying a vintage tent from like mid-90s or whenever this was made. Okay, it's a ground cover. I've never seen one before when purchasing a used Sierra Designs tent. And you guys all know I'm a big Sierra Designs tent fan, and I bought another flashlight very similar to the red and yellow one that I gave up on. This one amazingly came with this ground cover. Here we have the body set. It's Just looks like it's been stored for years with all the wrinkles. Really great condition. And this was a score on eBay for $60 delivered. And you'll see here the ground cover, elastic loops reach out to where the poles meet the grommets. And so it's stretched out completely under the tent. Here's a nice bit for the rainfly door. There's a clipping mechanism to hold it open. It's quite nice. You don't see that on the later models. And that style of clip is an older one. Alright, so I have almost an unheard of addition to the Cascade Trekker lifestyle. And it's an inflatable air mattress, which I've used these years ago, but just had trouble with them, maybe because they were used. And it seems like sometimes if they get wet, you can't really clean them, and it's kind of like a moldy kind of thing sets in, and they're really susceptible to punctures. So this one is Sea to Summit Camp Mat SI self-inflating mattress, and it didn't do this at home, but it wasn't closed up. I had to blow it up, and after it was blown up, it was nice. Anyway, I'm gonna blow it up. It only takes like 10 trumpet player blows to fill it up. There it is. Exactly 10 trumpet player breaths to fill it up. And I'm not dizzy. Oh, okay. This is my first time on this thing other than at home. Yeah, it feels good. And so we're going to give this a try tonight. This one was about $60, brand new, from Al's Sporting Goods. And if you have access to Al's, which I guess you do on the internet if you want it shipped, they offer great discounts online. So I saved probably $15 or $20 from the store purchase price just by buying it on the internet and going to the store to pick it up. Same with my new pair of boots. On the boots I probably saved $40, $35 maybe. Here's a nice feature with the pad. Okay, so there's like two closures. That's the end closure. An intermediate secondary closure stops the air from escaping but allows air to go in. So I put one more huge puff, almost as much as I could blow into this thing, and we'll see how it works tonight. Another thing I can do with these Gore-Tex layers is put them underneath my pad for extra warmth, which I don't think I'll need tonight. I've got 2 sleeping bags in here. One light one and one intermediate one. Temperature tonight's probably going to be around freezing. If the wind picks up, it'll be colder, of course. "29 miles. to this location from my house. This is Caribou Targhee National Forest, and it's quite a large national forest, but with separate districts. And so this one is further north. It's actually pretty close to Yellowstone National Park. In this direction, maybe, I don't know, 80 miles, maybe less. Going down this way is the Teton River Basin, which is quite large. Teton Mountains, maybe, I don't know, 50, 40 miles as the crow flies. And as I mentioned earlier, it's on the opposite side of the Snake River. My last outing, 2 outings ago, Caribou Peak is, just over the river, and the mountain range continues south in this direction, maybe 40 miles as the crow flies. Here's a path from camp. You can see here. It's just over here. And there's the print. And I don't know from what. There were some cow patties. There's a well-worn path here. It's a little softer in here. Still don't know. Ah, look at there. Okay, deer. Not fresh. Let me just stick. That's not a good one. Kind of hard. Yeah, a few days old. So we got deer back here. And here's a main trail right here. Maybe I see blue tags on the tree here. I see bicycle tracks. Could be for mountain biking, which is most likely, and maybe cross country skiing. Don't want to lose my camp. And many of the places the ground is frozen. Cross country skiing paths. Real nice. Hey, it's nice to find this out. And fresh animal tracks. Deer or elk. And my guess is This comes up from the Kelly Canyon Ski Park. There's one thing I have to remember with these animal tracks, and that is not to confuse cow tracks and dung with moose tracks and dung, because that last moose sighting was, not very far away. Yeah, it's great. Nice camp chair. Outdoor aficionados, I have to share some recent deals on the internet I've found. In particular, this awesome, hey, my buddy. Here's the road I drove on. Camp is back here, and here's this main trail again. And I guess this is Garney's Junction. It's kind of cool. And I'm definitely gonna come back here, see if I can ski up here in the spring for some early bug outs. This was my intent these last few trips, to find a place close to home to bug out. Got the Benson burner in effect here, and check it out. The road is right over here. I just had a moose run down the road. I was up here talking to myself and I spooked it, and it just ran right through here. I believe a cow, female, quite large, black. Their coat is black, dark colored. And so my suspicions were right. Initially, I thought there were cow patties and cow tracks up here, but apparently not. There's quite a lot of moose activity up here. Starts 8:30 in the morning. Any sunlight, it's going to be filtered through these clouds. Very little warm up. It's kind of a test to see what it would start, what conditions it would start under. And it's cold. It's mid-30s. The tent did a good job of keeping me warm, even though there are only screens on the back window and the front door. I didn't necessarily feel the wind, but there was cold coming in. That sleeping pad was real nice. Real nice to just even sit on this morning. Nice cushion. You've got the feeling, of course, of you know, like an air mattress. So when you push down on one side, the other side goes up, and like you're, you know, on a boat or something. Uh, and this one is the regular size, and it's a tight fit for me. Like my toes were hanging off, and like my pillow was falling off the front. The sides, once you were on it, just fine. I'm happy with the size for a lightweight backpacking inflatable pad, which I think the weight is 1.7 pounds, which isn't much at all. And it kept me warm from the ground up. I didn't feel one bit of cold coming through it. Actually, it was warmer underneath my body than on top. The cold was coming down. And eventually, you know, I was warm in there. I draped the Gore-Tex jacket over the top. And, you know, eventually in the middle of the night, I was nice and warm. Unfortunately, I had to get up to urinate, and had to start kind of the process all over again. I slept well enough. And I think that's about it. I'm just enjoying coffee now, and I'm gonna pack up. That wind is cold. Here's the direct sunlight warm-up, which is non-existent. My guess is that if anything, it's gonna be a couple hours before that sun does any good here. And the forecast is for these clouds to just increase all day. Just about set here to go. And last night, the female moose came along the road here, heard me talking and started to trot a little bit. And then she was back in here, most likely curious about this old weirdo that likes to come out and look for bug outs. And I could hear footsteps in the dark. That well-worn trail that I was on is just right through here. And I even, there was a kind of a short snort from right in here. So we had some four-legged friends out here last night. Nice to find this wild area. Next time, I'm going to go back farther this way. There's some higher peaks. And that's going to wrap it up. And I think for real now, it's the last one of 2023, mid-November. The next rain system that comes through is going to put some snow on the ground, and it's going to stick. Check her out.